Hi, I'm JettKuso. Back in late 2019, Spin Master held an invitational event for YouTubers to get a special sneak peek of the 2020 Bakugan products and battle it out in a small tournament. My brother Connor and I attended the event with the intent of filming about a baker's dozen worth of videos, if it's a baker that can only count to 5. We only ended up posting 2 of those videos, but we finished 3. The third video took a long time to finish, and by the time it was done, the pandemic had already started and the whole ordeal felt a bit irrelevant, and I had a cold when we filmed it, and I've gotten a way better haircut since then, but let's ignore that for now. Because due to some new developments that we'll get into later, we've decided to show this video to you now. Pop! Confetti. Woohoo. I should mention now that this video is sponsored by Skillshare, but I'll have more details about that at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Join me by the fireside, and let's go back to a time of innocence, 2019. Get ready for the worst hairstyle I've ever had. One of my favorite scenes from the old Bakugan Battle Brawlers anime, where Dan, Kuso, and Masquerade are having their big climactic final battle. And they're fighting and Dan starts laughing and Masquerade starts getting upset and like, why are you laughing? And Dan says, ease up, Masquerade, it's just a game. And Masquerade says, it's not a game, it's my life. And I always thought that was so great because people do treat this that way. And I always wanted to be the Dan in that situation. Because it is just a game and you can only take it so seriously. But in a weird, roundabout sort of way, it has ended up becoming my life. Hi, I'm JettKuso. I hit the mic. I hate to stop doing that. Hi, I'm JettKuso, and boy, it's been a week. I am back in my hometown of Fort Worth, Texas after the 2019 Bakugan Invitational Tournament. The other Bakugan YouTubers are all like some of the nicest, most positive people I've ever met. There's this definite feeling of kinship between everyone there. I mean, to the point where I managed to get literally every single one of them to sign a pack of crackers for a friend of mine.
JettKuso?
How's it going?
We're gonna save some spots. Mikey.
Oh, Michael Tillman, creator of Bakugan.
Not the creator of Bakugan.
I kind of want to get right to the... It's not actually the main event. Because it's just... The main event is the promotion and the marketing. And showing off the new stuff. But I think all of the Baku Masters were most excited for the tournament. We were more excited for that than anything else. So when it finally hit, there was an energy in the room that was kind of hard to define. So they put up the boards, they put up the bracket, everyone sees who they're paired off with. But I was really most curious to see how Firelina would do. Firelina, you might know her better as Phoenix Knight with 3 T's at the end. She was the winner of the Anime Expo tournament way back months ago. She was the only person there who is not a Baku master, not an influencer, not a Bakutuber. Well, she has made some videos, but she was the only person competing who was really just there based off of their competitive skill and their ability to play the game. And boy, she is good at the game. I never got to battle her at Anime Expo. We competed in the same tournament, but I got knocked out of the Anime Expo tournament before the end, which is probably good, because I was probably going to be at this event anyway. But I really wanted to battle her in a tournament. She was in a totally separate bracket from me, so the only way I was going to actually get to battle her in the tournament was if we both made it all the way to the end. So that's what I was fighting for. Beyond that, I didn't really care who won. I just wanted to see what happened, because I knew it would be a great battle. So, they pair everyone up. My first matchup, Julius Cho, the voice of Magnus Black from Bakugan Battle Planet, the antagonist, the Magnus of anime. He was such an amazing guy over the entire weekend. He was so nice, so supportive, and it's literally the coolest thing in the world that him and Devin play this game and support the community in the way that they do. So I really didn't want to fight him. I didn't want to be in that position. But I wanted to win. I had to win because I had to get to that final matchup. So I managed to secure a victory against Julius. He put up an amazing fight. And then I think he went on to play more games against Devin and some of the other people there, so I know that they had a really good time overall. Into the second matchup was a pairing that I wanted to do even less than before, something even more unfortunate, because I had to battle Jake Illinuk on YouTube. Another really amazing guy, and a Fort Worth, Texas local. He and I are really good friends. So it was like, oh no, I hate this matchup. And also, Jake is genuinely a formidable opponent, so not that I'd not want to fight in the first place, but I didn't want to lose to him either. And it was a big concern. It was very possible, because he got second place in last year's invitational tournament, so I really didn't know how the match was going to go. And it was tough, but overall, again, I had to get to that final match, so I calmed my nerves, I steadied myself, so I managed to get past Jake. It was a great battle. And I could see that Phoenix Knight was also still in the running over in her bracket. She was still doing great. Oh man, she even had to fight Kimbo. And because, gosh, because like we all got to be such good friends over the weekend that all of the matches were like heart-wrenching. Because you have to fight your friends, and it was such a tournament arc the whole time. But everyone in the end was having a really good time, and everyone was doing their best and giving it their all. Back against the wall. But this wasn't the final stand. It was actually the second to final stand. I only had one more match before I was in the finals. It was the semifinals, and I got paired up against Ethan Monster from the Hard Collector channel. I'd like to say that I thought this would be an easy match, but honestly, I was terrified because I had no idea what to expect. Because everyone else that had fought Ethan had come up to me once I got paired up with him and said, dude, Ethan hits hard. And I was like, no, does he? And it was at this point that I realized the only two options were get beaten by a child or beat a child. I wasn't that set on wanting to win the entire tournament. It would be cool to win the entire tournament, but ultimately, I just wanted to fight Phoenix Knight. I think first round, I won, and then right away, I started missing. I started missing my rolls. Roll after roll after roll, I was missing. And he was hitting me with like 6 damage, 8 damage, like bam, bam, because he was running these high damage Bakugan, and he was rolling like a champ. He was rolling like a pro. And like everyone was watching this matchup, and like every time I would miss, everyone would go like, oh, and I would go like, ah! I was so nervous, that's why I was missing.
13.
He had already gotten through like half of my deck, and I barely scratched him. As soon as the match really matters to you, as soon as it's important, that's when the nerves start getting to you. And whoever loses those nerves first and starts missing, that's the game.
You got this, Ethan. Come on, man.
Oh, thanks, Tillman.
Narrowly, I pulled it together and I managed to beat Ethan Monster in the like the toughest game I'd had that entire weekend. I'd played many games, but that was the literal hardest game that I'd played. He did amazing.
I was dying.
And like he put you on the ropes early.
Yeah, those last few turns were a struggle.
Well, your defense just came up.
Yeah, I meant it.
So as we were building up to the final battle, everyone was like making their predictions, and they were either rooting for Phoenix Knight, or they were rooting for me, or they didn't care, they just wanted to see what would happen. I personally I was rooting for her. And I realized, as I was waiting, like, I'm not the protagonist of this. She's the protagonist here. She is 100% the protagonist of this tournament. Other people in the chat were like, and even like at the event themselves, as we were like, you know, lining up and starting the game, people were like, I think Jett is Kaiba here. And I was like, oh no, I am. So I was rooting for her, but I had to give her the fight she deserved. I gave it my full effort, and she did the exact same. And it was an amazing match, and you can probably find the whole thing on YouTube. I'm not gonna give a play-by-play as if I even remember. She did an amazing job, and it was a close match.
I'm assuming this isn't the trap that you
I don't think
said.
I've ever seen this many cameras.
Is that my board?
I don't know. Okay.
Pretty exciting.
Are you ready, Firelane?
Hush.
Ready?
I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Team attack!
She missed a couple rolls, which is uncommon for her. She usually hits every single roll because she's practiced so much. But that's exactly what was happening to me in the battle against Ethan Monster. Those nerves hit right at the wrong moment.
2, 1, go.
To knock in from the
Okay,
side,
one.
away.
Here first. I'm at
Barely, she's gonna come back.
I'll pay 1. Myself.
Ooh, another copy of the same card.
I'm going to even it up again.
I'm going to pay 5
Oh.
for Sting Laser, so plus 500.
Sting laser plus 500
I'm
power.
at 1800.
2. I think 2. Playing Pyro Liberator.
Obliterator. Plus 700.
Like
Okay,
obliterate.
so now that was, we were at 1800 to 1500?
22.
2200 to 1800.
I can't do anything.
Uh-oh, so that's it. Moving to the last thing. That's the game!
Guys, that was amazing.
Get a round of applause for all different patterns.
Yeah, guys, yeah.
It was one of the most fun and intense battles I had really ever had in this game, as it should be. I mean, if they do another tournament like this, I hope they invite her back. Once they're doing actual proper organized play and full tournaments and a proper world tournament, I think she's gonna do amazing. And leave a comment for who you want to see at the next invitational tournament, and maybe even leave your theories as to who you think would win a real Bakugan World Tournament. And I might see you at the next Bakugan tournament. And then I explode. It was a great time, and everyone there was such a good sport about it. And after it all, despite the fact that we'd all fought and battled and cheered and cried and everything, I think everyone felt so close at the end of it. It was an amazing thing to be a part of. Wasn't that riveting? We were all so bright-eyed and hopeful back then, and truly there were really big plans for Bakugan. The local game store program and the Bakugan organized play program were going to go into full swing in 2020. Bakugan was going to do conventions all throughout the year, and the product was honestly very exciting. And then the funniest thing happened. And that funny thing is, well, nothing. Nothing happened. Because we were all stuck indoors and everything was bad for a very long time. A lot of things are still bad, but there is hope on the horizon. Thanks to the vaccines and my wonderful friends who are all vaccinated, we've been able to meet up weekly at Fanboys Marketplace in Fort Worth, Texas. We started a Bakugan League with official scorecards and prize cards, and just 2 weeks ago, we held maybe the biggest Bakugan tournament in North Texas history. Folks came up from Austin and San Antonio, and Connor here, who's currently manning the teleprompter, won the whole dang thing with his Mono Ventus deck. Say hi, Connor.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Children saying yay sound effect. Even though we haven't had any new card releases since the Secrets of the Geogon starter decks, everyone was hyped up and the whole thing was ridiculously fun. It feels really good to be back. This game is like no other, and it is incredible to play. The energy in the room was just like it was during the Invitational Tournament. Tense, exciting, fun, and for the first time in a very long time, I felt connected with a crowd of people, brought together by mutual love for something silly, but so worth the memories. If you missed out on the tournament and want to get a piece of the action, we are holding another tournament in just a few months. September 25th at Fanboys Marketplace in Fort Worth, Texas. It's going to be a huge event for the whole store, not just the tournament. A bunch of voice actresses from Dragon Ball Z are going to be special guests. All the vendors are going to be there selling pretty much everything geeky that you might need. And they're even going to be holding pro wrestling matches in the building. So yeah, September 25th, JettKuso tournament, RSVP at the Google form in the description if you might be able to make it. People from out of town are more than welcome if you can come down. And hey, while you're looking at links in the description, the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description get a 1-month free trial to Skillshare Premium. Skillshare is an online creative learning community where you can go to take a giant leap forward in your creative journey. Skillshare has thousands of engaging and entertaining classes about pretty much any creative skill you might want to learn. From photography to graphic design to animation, Skillshare has something for everyone. In fact, a class that would have helped me a whole lot in getting this video out on time instead of more than a year later would be Ali Abdal's Productivity Masterclass. He talks about how to stay focused, get past distractions, and stay motivated on your goals. His stuff is so entertaining, I highly recommend it. Skillshare classes are just as fun as they are useful. There's no ads on the website, and Skillshare is constantly adding new premium classes. So again, the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a free trial of a Skillshare Premium membership, so you can explore your creativity for free. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you for watching. Be sure to like this video, post a comment below, and click the subscribe button to help my channel grow. This is JettKuso, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you to VarronOoC, SheVitus, Sierra 107, Skinny Chalk, MugwumpShadow, The Jumping Devil, and my new Titan patrons, Tepestrio and Golden Club 2014. And thank you to the pantheon of Diamond patrons, Chell and Jedi Master. You too can help support my content at patreon.com/JettKuso.